Hey, what is going on guys, POG here and welcome back to my brand new series. This one here is going to be called How to Build, and me and T-Rex will be building things that we built in survival world, except we're going to build it with materials that are a lot harder to get. So we're building these whole things in creative, but we've already done these in survival with a lot easier materials to find. So behind me, what T-Rex is working on, oh by the way, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you and all the subscribers out there?
I'm good myself, so I hope everyone is doing great. And behind me, what T-Rex is working on is actually the greenhouse, which is a lot better looking since it's built out of green concrete, I think this is called. Yes, so it's called lime concrete.
Yep.
And we also have some of these sea lanterns and also these shulker boxes, which are pretty much chests. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys how we did this frame while T-Rex is working on it, so you guys get the dimensions. So pretty much the way you do this is what you want to get first is a 9x9 floor. So in this case, we are going to be using these green lime. I think that's what we used here. Yes, we did. Okay. Or actually, we used the skull stuff. Okay. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you use. The way I do it is by using a dirt. So we're gonna count by 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then now we're gonna count 9 this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And if you've done this right, this whole thing should connect together very nicely. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is pretty much grab your block that you want to use. So you can use any block you want. In this case, we chose to use the lime block. And so you want to go around this. Just like this. So you go all around it. Just like this. And then what you want to do is find the center. In this case, it's this one here. And you want to make openings just for the center part. So in this case, right over here. Let's make one right here as well. There we go. Okay, so once you do this, what you want to do is actually start filling things up with the blocks you want to use. So first of all, I am going to be outlining a plus over here. So I call this the plus, which is kind of a sidewalk. So there we go. And then the next thing you want to do is kind of go ahead and fill this up with the shells. So in this case, we've got the shells. So we are going to be grabbing these shulker boxes and filling this up. And what's this going to do? It's also going to be allowing us to store our stuff in here once we collect the stuff from the farm, which is pretty awesome. So they're kind of chests, aren't they?
Yeah, they're chests, but just different form of chest, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the green and purple theme. It looks pretty nice, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, what it reminds me of is an old, like, childhood movie I used to watch a lot called Toy Story.
Okay.
Oh god, I don't know how many times I'd rewind that. One of the characters in it, the like color scheme for the character was purple, green, white, and a bit of red.
Okay. So next,
So
what we're
kind of
doing
where I got the
here. Oh,
idea.
sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, it's all good.
Alright, so the next thing I do is I'm gonna be putting, just for the first floor, a sea lantern right in the middle. And I'm gonna skip one block and put a sea lantern, skip a block and put a sea lantern. And then we're going to be doing the same step here, just like this. And once that is done, as you can see, we got the first floor very nicely done. And the next thing you want to do is go up 5 blocks. So in this case, we got 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you want to go around it just like this. So we're gonna go around it. So 5 blocks, just like this. T-Rex, nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
Alright, so once this part is fully done here, you're gonna have to start working on the roof. There we go. Okay, so this here, now you have to go also around just for this bottom part here. There we go. And then just over here as well. And I can tell you guys, this is so much easier to do in creative than it was for me to do this in survival. But in survival, I used stone bricks and I didn't go very fancy like this. I really like the way this is looking. So a lot of you guys are also going to be like, how did it went ahead and look the way it does in survival? We're going to see, and I'm going to show you guys how it looks, that very cool pyramid kind of looking. So me and T-Rex will show you that on that tower. This one here is just a little sample on how to do it. So this is kind of the floor. So what you want to do now is pretty much go all around, fill it up with the block of your choice. In this case, I'm just using the same lime block. Just like this. So fill the whole thing up very nicely. Just like this. There we go. Okay, and once you've done that, go step on the center, look up and dig the block above you. And then now you want to go ahead and do this over here, like make another plus. And once you make another plus, what you need to do is go ahead and fill this up again, now with these the boxes, I think they're called, so shulker boxes, if you want to follow the exact same steps that I'm doing. And then now once this one here is done, we're gonna go back into the sea lanterns and put them one block in spaces. So we're gonna start one here. Oops, careful not to click them. And kind of do this, except you don't put any sea lanterns now into the middle, because that's going to be an elevator to go up to the other floors. Oops, there we go. So there's that. And so once you've done the second floor, what you need to do is go ahead and build yourself another 5 blocks up, just like this. So there it is. So we're gonna count again just to make sure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you grab these 2 sides here and you kind of connect it and make yourself repeatedly doing the same thing, just like how T-Rex does it over here. So I'm gonna come and help you now, because I think people understood the way this whole thing works. And the next thing I forgot to mention is, once you've done this far, just go ahead and now delete these and then fill them up with the lime blocks like this. So you do not need these walls in here. This has to be open, or you can choose to close it if you want, but you don't have to close it. I mean, do whatever you guys wish. There we go. Oops, I'm just making a lot of mess. So we're also going to be taking and covering that right there. There we go. All right. So once you went ahead and deleted that, what you want to do is just fill that up again, like so. And then also put the items that you accidentally broke. In this case, I've got that. Okay, so once that is done, just kind of repeat the same process into having something like this. And in my opinion, we should go for, right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go for 6 stories tall.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
4, 5. And then there we go. So I'm gonna work on this part here while he's working on that. It's so much faster to do this in creative, especially if you guys can get a friend that's going to be helping you, because it's obviously going to make everything a lot easier. Once you get the dimensions, I think it is going to be very easy for you guys to build this. This is not a hard project at all. It is very easy to do, especially if you're gonna do this in creative. But if you guys want to see what I've done in survival, make sure you go ahead and check out my Xbox One survival series, where I've already built this, except I use stone bricks and just a regular glass and dirt, obviously, because this is a farm overall. The center here is just the storage to store the stuff that you collect. So how many stories do we have here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last story right here. So what we're gonna do is now we're going to be, I guess, still doing the same thing, but it just stops there pretty much.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be just a kind of the roof right now, but then we have the lookout tower, so it is, we can still have extra storage in here. Is that the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's the middle? Okay, there it is.
Right where I am.
Okay. Oops. Sorry. Did I just push you accidentally?
No, I fell to make sure it was the middle.
Oh, okay.
Like...
Nice. And then we're gonna stop here. Once we filled it up, obviously.
Yep.
Okay, there we have it. I'm really enjoying doing this actually in creative. It's just, how to put it, coming up with an idea and then turning that idea in a lot better way than it initially turned out. It's just very cool.
Yeah, how can you put it, and this is going to be ironic. In creative, you can be more creative. Like, you can take things that are kind of impossible to do in survival and, like,
make it a lot better.
Comes true in creative, yeah.
Okay, understandable. Alright guys, so once you did this part, what you want to do is whatever last floor you want. Okay, so build it as tall as you want. If you really want to go for a huge project, put it this way. If it's taller than 6, or I don't even remember how tall we did it in survival, but the taller it is, more work it's gonna take.
Yeah, especially with the next bit coming up here, eh?
Okay, so what you guys need to do now is pretty much count to 4 from this corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you do that, you want to go ahead and make yourself like a balcony on all 4 corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kind of do this on all 4 corners. You're doing it on the lower floor, dude. Oh no, what? From this, okay, can you come over here, please?
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. It looks like it's the one below it on the edge. Come here.
No, it's a bit trippy, eh?
Oh my god. I was like, what? Alright, so once you guys did this, what you want to do is now come down to this one here. And then you want to do now 8 blocks. So 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now 8 blocks. And then you want to do this all around. And make sure you do not mess this up, guys. It has to be done very right. 2, 3,
so let
4.
me guess, it just, like, you go up by increments of 4 as you go down?
Correct, yes.
So 4, 8, 12.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so, and then when you look from the top, which you don't really have a chance or opportunity to kind of see in survival, but it looks pretty awesome. And then now we do it on the below level. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to be now kind of connecting these together. And make sure you're always using that lower floor. I mean the one closest to the ground. For the skulls, I should say, or boxes. Shulker box. If you're choosing the same materials, obviously, you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you working on the 16?
Yep.
Okay. Alright guys, so it looks like the final level, or the last level, if you make it out of 6 stories, right? This is 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it's 6 stories, you guys, it is going to be 24. Okay, so make sure you know that. So it will be the last level is going outwards for 24 blocks. So once you guys went ahead and did this, what you want to do is fill this up now with dirt. Because this part here, it will be all about dirt. Because you're gonna be using this as a farm. And then so you're also wanting to leave this middle very nice and open. So in this case, looks like we're going to have right now, I guess, we can have a block there, and then we can have a lantern in here for now, because this is obviously a little different for me, so I cannot 100% know, like, I don't know 100% what I'm going to be doing, because we're changing the materials as we go forward.
Yeah, always changing,
yeah,
but always in a positive way, never negative.
So another thing I was thinking is maybe we could fill this up, because I think people understand the subject, and then like we will resume the recording in a bit.
Okay, sure.
So I'm just kind of doing this top part and then show them what they're supposed to do. Because you guys always can click the watch later button and then come back and continue watching. And so you'll go ahead and be, how to put it, you guys will be able to know the full detail in case you don't have the chance to do it today. So make sure you always come back and take a look at it. And this is kind of what it looks like once you've done it properly. Now, the next thing you want to do is also fill up this part over here. So you're just going to have to do this so that it looks a lot different for the lower floor, so you do not see the dirt. Just like this. So, and then when you do this, another thing you can do is make yourself like a lanterns going in here to lighten up the place. So do it as you wish so that it's good enough for you. So in this case, I'm taking every block, I'll just put a new one. So in this case, one here, just like this, and then we're just gonna have to fill this whole thing up. And then I'll catch you guys when we are completely done this whole part. Alright guys, so we went ahead and did a lot of work. So it's been about an hour and a half of us working. And so pretty much since everything is the same, we went ahead and left only this, pretty much we completed 3/4, but we left 1/4 pretty much available for me to show you guys how you can go ahead and do this. So whatever I'm about to show you, you did this all around. So after you went ahead and filled this all up, what you want to do is actually build yourself an entrance. So here's the one. And the way we're going to do this is by kind of making an entrance that's going to be something like this. And then it will be something like that. Oops, right about there. Okay. So that's what the entrance is going to look like. And then we're going to have to fill this up with glass all over the place, just like this. And so once you come to this edge, you need to build yourself the staircase way that goes upstairs. So now we did some adjustments since we made this double layered instead of just one. So you have to kind of do some adjustments. And so over here, what you want to do is use some green or whatever block you want to choose and kind of build yourself a staircase. Something like this. And then if one doesn't line up, you want to adjust the balconies so it will line up. So such as right here. So what you want to do is make it line up. So we're gonna have to delete this. Just like this. Okay. And then now we're connecting these together. And also making it so it's nice and good looking like that. Now as you can see, if I go ahead and do this part here, it's not straight, so we have to get rid of this. And then we have to make it so that it is like a staircase look. And if you guys are wondering, yes, we did not do this properly at first. That is why we're doing this, because we did some adjustments so that it will be a lot better since we're doing this in creative. In my opinion, this is gonna look a lot better than the one we did in survival. So now we're gonna have to build another staircase so that pretty much it does that. And the next thing is, since I already done this side, I could just go ahead and delete it from there. Just like this. There we go. And obviously we also went ahead and filled up all of the balconies, as you can see. Very nicely done. And this does take a lot of time, so we didn't want to repeat the same thing over and over. So that is the reason why we went ahead and did at least 3/4 off camera. So now we're gonna delete this last floor. So you pretty much have only 5 floors that could be farmed. 4 would be probably the best. So now we also have to adjust this. So we have to delete this and then delete these and fill it up like this, just like that. And then this is just very nice and symmetrical, just like that. So once we've done the entrance and all that, you want to just start off by filling this up with glass, just like this. There we go. Here as well. And kind of repeat the process until you're all the way to the top. Alright, so there is, looks like all four corners nicely complete for the staircase look. And so when you get over to this part, what you want to do is go ahead and fill this up with glass, just like this, and kind of have this zigzag look all the way. And then when you come to this part, you want to take your block of choice and do this, just like this. And T-Rex here has been helping me by filling this all up with dirt. So here's the first floor. And for the first floor, you do want to make the staircase that kind of comes out. And then you want to have this, pretty much all you do, you grab, let's say if it was this, you just want to do this kind of thing until it connects both sides. Okay, so I'm gonna fill this back up, there we go. And we're gonna start by working from the top, because I find that the top is the easiest way that you can fill this whole thing up. I mean, it's just it's a lot easier, so you see more progress done because the bottom is a lot more glass. So by starting from the top, you will be like, oh, this is very easy. It just takes a lot. You make it feel like it takes a lot less time to fully do this. How is it down there?
Slowly but surely everything's coming together.
Okay. So be careful, guys, so make sure you follow up the entire way if you want to build the way I'm doing it. So when you come to this part, you want to go ahead and make sure that you can go ahead and put the proper block so you don't end up accidentally putting glass in. And if you do, please delete it and kind of try to fix it. Okay, so it looks like that kind of gets deleted. So in my opinion, I can also go ahead and do it this way, which should be a lot faster. Just like that. And so, oh, actually, we more like that. So now if I go ahead and delete this, the bottom stays, and it means I've done it right. There we go. And then now we're doing the glass, just like this. And we pretty much just repeat the whole process. There we go. I'm gonna fast forward this for you guys, so it's gonna be a lot faster. Alright, so I did went ahead and finish this part. So after you do that, what you want to do is pretty much go and start filling this whole thing up with dirt. So you have like a continuation thing going on. So such as here, so what you want to do is pretty much put a dirt over here, all around. And then you want to put this block of your choice, so in this case, the green block, just like this. And then you kind of repeat this. So the first layer is the dirt. So you fill it up like this. The whole thing. Just like this. So whenever it's filled up, you want to go underneath it and cover it up with the green block. So this one will just make it nice and good looking from the bottom. I really like the way this green block is called lime concrete. I really like the color. It's very nice and it fits the name of the project. So, and then later we're just gonna choose where we want to put any of these sea lanterns so we can have good lighting going on in here. But you guys get the point. So you pretty much have to do that. And then when you go over here to the bottom, you wanna go ahead and start filling this up a bit, just like this, so that it looks nice. And then later again, you have to fill it up with sea lanterns or torches to light this place up, because for a farm, you need to have a very nice bright surface so that things will spawn. So there we go. It's a very big project, I'm not gonna lie. So far we're working on this for about 2 hours and 17 minutes, and this is just in creative, so you guys can see how long it took us to build this in survival. Especially getting the resources was pretty hard. And then when you go to this part, you want to just go ahead and kind of fill in where the door is, just like this. Okay, and then when you do that, you want to kind of go again all around it. So this green block should line up. So there we go, something like this. And so for this, what you want to do is when you did this middle, you just want to skip one block just like normal, go all the way until it lines up. So the color scheme just matches very nicely. Alright, so now what we're going to work on is the roof.